Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 7 of the Ellis Highlight Reel podcast. This is your host, Brian Ellis, as always. Today, we're going to get into the NBA, latest developments with the NBA season coming back. Talk about peaceful protests in America right now in light of the George Floyd incident that happened, and set up some esports talk with the NASCAR HEAT League potential in my potential first interview on the podcast, and just set up the how it's going to talk, how it's going to look. So, and also I'm going to do a list again at the end of the episode. Stay tuned for that. So, first things first, let's get this out of the way. The NBA will be back. It is officially going to be back, as be ratified tomorrow. The schedule is going to be from July 31st to October the 12th, with October the 12th being Game 7 of the NBA Finals. The proposed last 7th game of the NBA Finals, if it's necessary to go to 7. What do I think about this? I think the schedule is right to make sure everyone's healthy and safe, and the players can get conditioned and to play basketball again. Now, how the format's going to work is 22 teams will go down. So 13 from the Western Conference and 9 from the Eastern Conference will go down. They'll play four more regular season games each, I think, and then play-in tournaments, according to Woj. I'm going to look at it just to make sure. Yes, play-in for the 8 seeds. So 8, it's actually 8 regular season games, not 4. And then from July 31st to October 12th. So each team will play 8 more regular season games while down in Orlando. Then the play-in seed for the 8th seed, and then the playoffs. So I like that format. So your teams they're going to be down there. In the West, you got the Lakers, the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Jazz, the Thunder, the Rockets, the Mavericks, Grizzlies, Trailblazers, Pelicans, Kings, Spurs, Suns. And in the East, it's the Milwaukee Bucks, the Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics, Miami Heat, Pacers, the Indiana Pacers, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Nets, the Magic, and the Wizards. So those are the 22 teams. They're all going to be down in Orlando for the resumed NBA season. It makes the most sense because the West has more teams. They're closer to that 8 seed. So there's 6 teams fighting for the last 2 spots. And then the East is just the 2 teams, really. The Magic and the Wizards, which the Magic are probably going to get that because the Wizards won't have John Wall, according to Stephen A. Smith this morning. The Wizards won't expect to have John Wall for the playoff for the resume of the season. We don't know about Kevin Durant or Kyrie yet. I'm assuming we won't see them either. But it's good to see Dame Lillard to get the opportunity to get back into the playoffs. Especially when he said he wasn't going to go down there to not have a chance to get into the postseason. So if the Trailblazers get into the postseason, look out, LA, because they're probably going to be the most dangerous 8 seed in the playoffs. I think the Trailblazers would be the most dangerous to the Lakers in this scenario. But we don't know. It's unpredictable right now. So when you look at it, it's a lot of craziness, and I can't wait for it. I can't wait for July 31st to get here. It's one of those things, man. It's going to be exciting basketball. I can tell you that. And it's perfect timing for them to end because it's still the beginning of the NFL season as well. And I think the season will start, if the new season will probably start in December or January, which is perfect because the NFL will be at the tail end at that point. So we'll see. We'll get more information on that as time goes on. But Adam Silver, good job again as always. You're the professional commissioner out there, the most professional commissioner out there right now in sports, and you're getting it right once again. So Adam Silver, props to you and your team at the NBA. So with that being said, let's get into the most heavy topic I'm probably ever going to talk about on this podcast. the situation with George Floyd and how it's turned out. Athletes have, had many responses and everything like that. The latest being Drew Brees. Today he said talked about the flag and everything like that, and it's caused a lot of backlash, obviously, as it should, because Brees is still interpreting like the flag being disrespected when Kaepernick wasn't disrespecting the flag. He was talking about police brutality when he kneeled. So it's Brees not getting the message again. At the same time, I do see the point where he talks about, like, the military and everything like that. But at the same time, everyone's families and grandfathers fought for this flag, including blacks, black people, including black people. You gotta think about everybody in that sense. And the black, everybody didn't have the same treatment as, the white people back in the day. And I just think that we need to have a way to stop these riots and have a way to, get the message across to everybody. Racism is not okay. It never will be okay. To all my black friends and, everybody that supports me, Connery and, JaVale and all of them. I just want to say, I stand with y'all. I won't always understand everything, but if y'all need someone to talk to, I'll listen. I always will listen. Y'all know that, and I appreciate y'all. I just wanted, it's not okay to say, all these, derogatory terms and everything like that everyone says. And the situation in Minneapolis is, it's terrible. And the situation with George Floyd and how you see Steven Jackson, former NBA player Steven Jackson, affected by it, because that was one of his good friends, and he brought his daughter up there and said her daddy changed everything, and he did. It's just unfortunate. I feel condolences out to the family of George Floyd and his friends, Steven Jackson. Just keep doing y'all's thing. And everything like that. And, LeBron, being the activist he is, had a response to Drew Brees. I'm about to pull that up right now. Which summed up, like, what I think of it, too. Let's see. It's right here. This is LeBron on Drew Brees' comments earlier today. Actually, let me give Drew Brees' comments. I will never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country. That's his that was Drew Brees' comment. This is LeBron. Wow, man, the facepalm emoji. Is it still surprising at this point? Sure, isn't it? You literally still don't understand why Cap was kneeling on one knee. Has nothing to do with disrespect of the flag and our soldiers, men and women, who keep our land free. And it really doesn't. It was to put awareness of police brutality, which is still happening. This was like a few years ago when Cap was doing the kneel, and he went to a former Green Beret, and the Green Beret said the kneeling was the most respectful way out of the ways that Kaepernick suggested. Now, we all have our opinions, and I have my opinion. The kneeling wasn't the biggest, big deal to me. I get that. I get that we should all stand for the flag and wear our colors proud and true. And people who have that view, they can have that view. I'm not saying you can't have that view and have the opinion, but we have to find a way to have those protests, the right way, And I think the kneeling for the flag and bringing up these awarenesses and bringing up these issues is a good thing for this nation. So I'm hopefully, it brings more awareness and we can stop the systematic racism and police brutality. I hope we can stop it. So that's all I'm going to say about it. Some of y'all might have different views than I do. I'm sorry. But that's how I feel about it. We should not be racist. We shouldn't ridicule someone because the way of protest doesn't meet your views, anything like that. So that's how I feel. That's how I always will feel, and we need to stop. So we need to stop being, we need to stop this. So with that being said, I'm going to move on to my potential first interview on the podcast. One of my friends, Corey Rothgeb, has been racing the Pro League of the NASCAR Heat Series. It's ironic I'm talking about wanting to, but it's not about that. I just wanted to get an interview for you guys and have something different on the podcast. We won't bring this up, obviously. But anyway, he's doing well right now. Top, he's consistent. Probably one of the most consistent drivers on the circuit right now. From 5th to 7th. Hopefully he gets his first win tomorrow. Then we'll have the interview. If he doesn't, we'll have to just wait for another day. But shout out to you, Corey. I hope you do well tomorrow. Get your car ready, everything like that. So go out there and get that dub, bro. Anyway, with that being said, the final thing on this week's episode, it's probably gonna be a short episode. This is just hot in my room right now, and it's that time. So quick podcast this week. Anyway, so the list for this week is since the NBA is coming back, top teams for the title, for the season's title that I think will win. I'm just going to give the top five contenders in my mind. Number 5, I'm going to say the Boston Celtics are the number 5 team. As Colin Cowherd has brought up and other people have brought up, they're the most deep team in the East. So, and I think it's going to be important for this, shortened, resume of the season to be the most deep. And I think the deeper you are, the more successful you'll be in this tournament, in the playoffs and everything like that. Number 4, the number 4 team is going to be the LA Clippers. I like the Clippers a lot. I should know the Clippers are going to be my top 3. Number 4 is going to be Milwaukee. I'm going to have the 2 Eastern Conference teams I think are going to at the bottom. I just don't think Milwaukee is going to be better than the 3 teams I say at the top. I think Milwaukee's great. I love Giannis's play. Middleton's a nice piece. And I like Bledsoe at the point guard. I just don't think Milwaukee will have the scoring they need to beat the 3 teams above them. The number 3 team on the list. And this is going to shock some people. I think Utah. Utah is number 3. I love the depth. I love Donovan Mitchell. I like the defense of Gobert, and I think they'll be successful down the line of the playoffs and everything like that. And I also love the fact that they can play any style that they have to win, and they play great defense. And I think defense is another good thing about that will get them the win. And then the number 2 team is going to be the Lakers with LeBron and AD. Yes, I said the Lakers at 2. I just don't like their point guard situation. I don't like the point guard situation but you have LeBron, who's the point guard. Normally, that's fine. But I think you have to have the point guard, like a true point guard, like a Chris Paul or someone like that, to be the contender that you want to be if you're the Lakers. I like Alex Caruso, but he doesn't get that much playing time, and Rondo is past his prime. So that's a negative on the Lakers. But obviously, LeBron and AD are going to carry them through to at least the Western Conference Finals, if not the NBA Finals. But I think the Clippers will represent the West in the Finals. That's my top team. The Clippers got Kawhi and Paul George. So you got 2 great wing players right there. Patrick Beverly, the hound dog that he is at the defensive end. Or, the guy that will be the defender. And everything like that. I love Pat Beverly. I like the roster around him. Shamit's a good shooter. I like the deep roster that they have. We just have to see Kawhi and Paul George play together, and I think they will do that in the playoffs. And I think they'll represent the West in the finals, and I think the Bucks will represent the East. I just don't think in the East no one can beat the Milwaukee Bucks. But like I said, Boston will give them the run. That's my top five. An honorary six, if I was going to do 5-6, OKC. I like the Chris Paul has been a great clutch player this season. I like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I like Steven Adams. I like the roster they have in OKC. I just think they don't meet the top five threshold for me. So I like the OKC Thunder on that list. Notice I didn't say Houston. That's gonna blow up in the playoffs. I don't like them not having a center. That's gonna blow up in their face. But I do like James Harden's game. I never liked Russell Westbrook's game, but I respect Russell Westbrook for being a great player. I recognize Westbrook's a great player, but Westbrook can't, is not the typical point guard. And also Portland, it just depends if Portland gets in. Why I didn't mention Portland. I did mention if they do get in, they'll be the most dangerous 8 seed out of the 2 8 seeds. So with that being said, that's this week's episode. This goes back to everything like the race, just be good people. We gotta be good people, good genuine people, and everything like that. And I hope that this situation is bringing light to that. That we need to be good people and we need to make a change. And we need to change as a whole, and we need to stop. We always will have, some form of it, but I'm just hoping it stop. Like some of it ceases to exist. So that's my view on it. And with that being said, this is Brandon Ellis. This is Brandon Ellis, and I'll say peace out and just support everybody that you know and respect. Thank you.